game trollers, and welcome to a new video. This video is my predictions for WWE Wrestlemania 33. Recording this really early in the morning, well, like nearly 12, I guess, to upload it before 5, so let's go. So, for this video, I'll be doing like a joint thing where I will be doing my predictions as well as a buddy of mine who gave me his predictions. His name's Steven, for this video. So let me just find it here. Alright, let's get on it. So, on the pre-show, we have the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match between the champion Neville and challenger Austin Aries. In general, I don't really know. I feel like Neville should get a long reign, but at the same time, I feel like with the build-up they've been giving for Austin and all that, that he really looks like he could and should be Cruiserweight champion. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Austin for this, because Austin, like, Neville's already had a championship for like 2 months, but at the same time you have to wonder, like, would they put a championship, like, would they put like a championship win, like, you know, somebody else getting the championship on the pre-show? Like, you would think on the pre-show they'll just have like the match and then Neville would retain. That's how like pre-shows mostly are, I guess. But no, I'm going with Austin simply because I feel like he deserves it, and there's a lot more things they could do. But anyways, next up I actually forgot. So Steven predicts that he also predicted that Austin would win. Okay, so next up we have the ATG MBR, aka the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and really, who exactly would win this? Like, who exactly would win this other than Braun? Like, I mean, I guess if Show were to retain, and I guess Show was gonna fight Shaq, so like you would assume that Show would have beaten Shaq. Or heck, Shaq beat Big Show. I mean, that's how these celebrity things always happen. So like, it's only normal that he won 2 years ago at 31, and like, you know, obviously Braun needs to push. So yeah, and there's really nobody else in this who really feel like they deserve it, because everybody else looks like a jobber. They actually added last night Killian Dane, aka Big Damo for you indie fans, into the match. I kind of want Damo to win now because he's in it. But yeah, also they actually have Tian Bing in the match. So yeah, there's that. You can just go on Wikipedia and check who is in the match. I can't list them all out. So yeah, I'm going with Braun. What does he go for? He's going with Braun too. So Steven and I agree on Braun. Basically, pre-show is the most predictable thing in the world. So next up, we have Baron Corbin taking on Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. And I'll say this: the build-up to this feud has been really lackluster. Like, they did like a couple cool things, but really they haven't been focusing on this feud much. Like the setup for it at Chamber, and then the bit where like Baron choked him out, I guess, with the thing, the whatchamacallit, the thing, the big truck thing, the trolley, whatever, when Baron crushed him with that, and then he came out on the thing and distracted Baron during the match. That's basically the entirety of their feud. There was like just 3 segments. So I mean, yeah. Also, it's weird how this isn't a no DQ match. Like, I think there's honestly not. I don't think there's actually any no DQ match other than the tag team match, which is kind of weird. Yeah, that's like the only like gimmick match on here. Like this could have easily been like a no holds barred or false count anywhere or something. Maybe they're saving it for whatever the next pay-per-view is. It's actually Backlash again for some reason. Should be Unforgiven. Come on, man. But anyways, so maybe they're saving like a proper gimmick match for Backlash, but I don't really know. But for this match, I kind of feel like Baron should win, purely because like Dean hasn't done anything with the Intercontinental Championship. He's just been holding it. Like that's what they always do with Dean, like except for like the WWE Championship, which he feuded with Dolph. Was it? No, he feuded with Roman and Seth for Battleground. Then he feuded with Dolph at SummerSlam. Then he lost it at Backlash. So like, yeah. But anyways, like he had, like his first reign in the Intercontinental Championship, all he really did was feud with Kevin, and then dropped it to Zach. No, who did he drop the title to? I can't remember. I don't think he even held the title. Anyways, but yeah, it's been a really bad reign for him, and like he should just drop it to Baron. And since Shelton is coming back, and apparently Shinsuke might be coming in, there might be like a few changes here and there. Also, AJ might be going to Raw, so like Baron might be the top heel on well, he and Bray can be the top heels properly of SmackDown. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on that well could happen. Obviously, you don't trust WWE anymore after Royal Rumble. But anyways, I'm going with Baron. Steven over here is going with Baron as well. I do not know. I do not know how this is happening. But anyways, next up we have the Raw Tag Team Championships in a triple threat ladder match. Not triple threat TLC, triple threat ladder match. Basically shouts out to my boys Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys. You made this match possible. Anyways, this match, the champions Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, aka The Club, taking on Enzo and Cass, taking on Cesaro. And I don't really know. Like I feel like it should be Enzo and Cass, like purely because like both teams have held the titles. Like if Revival are coming on Raw, which apparently they are, you would think that they would have a face team. And I do feel like Cesaro would be like a better match for him. I mean, even like they basically have the same sort of styles, all of them. So like it would work really well. So like you would think maybe Cesaro would win this, but they've already had the titles. You know, they already did their thing. They beat New Day to end the whole longest reign, and the Club, their reign hasn't really been that great. And I mean, like, who else would they really feud with after this? I mean, unless DIY come on Raw, they won't have anybody to feud with. So I'm going with Enzo and Cass, simply so you know you can do this, and then once Revival comes in, you could have them fight Enzo and Cass. Maybe have for like payback. Have Enzo and Cass take on the Club in their rematch, beat them, and then meanwhile Revival fight Cesaro. I think that would be a pretty cool way to handle that. Me and my fantasy booking. But what does Steven go for? He's going with he's going with Retain from the Club. Okay then, so we finally differ. So he's going for Retain from the Club. I'm going for Enzo and Cass winning it all. Next up we have oh, well, a lot of women's matches. We have the SmackDown Women's Six-Pack Challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship between the champion Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Mickie James, Carmella, and Naomi. Now, I heard somewhere on the grapevine, aka Facebook, Alexa's debuting a Riddler outfit tonight. Simply for that, right? I just would want Alexa to win. But then I remember that Naomi will have the greatest WrestleMania entrance. Like, if they do it right, it would be like one of the greatest WrestleMania entrances of all time. Like, I feel like that's the reason why they put the match on the main card. Is like Vince had a like epiphany backstage, well, in the offices, right? Like, that women's championship match, Naomi. Oh my God, her entrance needs to be at night. Put it on the main show. That's exactly what happened. That's why they didn't put a cruiserweight match on the main show. They put the women's championship match on the main show purely because of Naomi's entrance. So obviously, I'm going with Naomi here. Apparently, like I was assuming, Asuka would probably come to the main roster long before this, and so you would think maybe they would have like a heel. But first off, she won last night, which I actually think I predicted. I would have to go watch the Takeover Orlando video, but I do think I predicted her winning because I read somewhere that she's actually staying on NXT, so it wouldn't really make sense for her to lose the title. But yeah, and she also like slightly turned heel last night, which was kind of insane. Apparently, I heard that from people who were watching. Like, she used some heelish tactic to beat Ember Moon last night. So she might be a heel now, which I thought she always should be. Like, she seems like a very heelish person. Like, you wouldn't really, like, you don't want to really feel like you would sympathize with a woman like Asuka. You know what I'm saying? So like. Yeah, so there's not gonna be any new women on SmackDown. I feel like we've already hit the quota. Like with all 6 of these guys, obviously Eva left, which I guess is a kind of a shame. And Nikki might be leaving afterwards, so like maybe you have Maurice come in to actually like join the roster full time. Or maybe she'd be like a part-timer. Jeez. A part-time women's wrestler, 2017, people. It's lit. Anyways, so I'm going with Naomi, because, like, obviously she was champion before, but because of the injury, she had to drop it. So you wouldn't really think that they would just keep the title off of her, even though, you know, of reasons. Like, she would still be champion now, heading into this, so, yeah. But anyways, what does Steven have to say? He believes that Naomi would win also. Okay, so you see, most logical choice. I think Natalya is actually face now, but I'm not sure. I know Mickey's face. So like, I think if Natalya and Mickey are face, then Maurice would come in as the heel now. So yeah. Anyways, the NXT women's roster, by the way, is so good right now. Like, you have a lot of people on there that you can help build up and stuff. So NXT is looking really nice now, especially with all the call-ups that are gonna happen. Like, they must happen with Revival and DIY and Ty and stuff. But yeah, next up we have the Raw Women's Championship match, of course being defended by Bayley, and she'll be taking on Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte Flair in a elimination match. So basically WrestleMania is trying to copy NXT TakeOver as much as possible. Like, you had the triple threat tag team elimination match last night, and now you have like the triple threat tag team match and the elimination match. Like, come on. But I'm actually going with the wild card here. Like, for some reason I can just feel like they'll go like out of nowhere. Nia might actually win the title. So I'm going with Nia. Like, everybody else has held the title, and like I feel Nia, she could help win it. Well, she could win it and stuff. Apparently Kelly might be coming back at some point. And considering like these 4, and then Paige, which obviously she's not coming back, and Emma, who poor Emma, man, poor Emma. Like, either she's still injured, like after all this time she's still injured, and all they were doing is trying to get the crowd to actually remember that she exists with all the Emmalina stuff. Like, unless she's still injured, come on, WWE. Like, you have like 4 people on your roster actually doing anything, right? Like, you don't even use Alicia anymore. Summer, I think, is injured. Like, what? Tamina is still injured. Come on, man. Like, if Emma's still good, bring her on the show. God. Anyways, I think Nia is going to win this, clearly because she's the wild card. And also, apparently, Sasha might be turning heel on Bailey, so like it would be Sasha and Nia in the final two because Sasha like beats Bailey. She could. Well, I don't know. Let's see what Steven has to say. Steven believes that Bailey will retain the championship. So this is where I was going. So like either Bailey actually wins the title, but then Sasha beats her from behind, attacks her from behind to turn heel. Either that, or she would just turn heel mid-match and turn on Bailey, I guess, and to go into the final two, and then for Nia to just squash her like a bug. That's what I think. So I'm going with Nia. He's going with Bailey. Next up, we have John Cena and Nikki Bella taking on The Miz and Maurice. I don't know. I really want Miz and Maurice to win. Like, everything building up to now is just like, I'm sympathizing more with Miz and Maurice. Even my sister, who is the biggest casual, are sympathizing with them and like just despise John and Nikki. But it's like, John and Nikki are gonna win. Like, like if John is gonna propose and if Nikki's gonna retire, you have to at least give them a win. Like, if Miz and Maurice win and then John and Nikki do all that stuff, like, I would be equally as mad as if, like, John and Nikki actually win and even don't do all that stuff. So there's a lot, yeah, there's a lot of heat coming from this match. So, I'm gonna be smart. I'm not going with my heart. I'm going with my brain. I've gone with my heart a lot in these predictions. So, I mean, I need to go with my brain sometimes. I'm going with John and Nikki. He is going with John and Nikki as well. See, using the brain here. So, yeah, John and Nikki take that win. Next up. Okay, so next up we have Shane McMahon taking on AJ Styles. Along with Miz and John Cena's match, the mixed tag team match, this is like one of the best built-up matches. Like one of at least the best build-up matches. I actually have hit some kind of weird dilemma here, to where my heart actually wants Shane to win somehow. Like, somehow, right? Somehow. I actually feel like Shane McMahon should win this. I don't know why. I do feel like they should have added a stipulation to where if AJ beats Shane, he won't be on SmackDown. And so then you would have Shane beat AJ, and then AJ can go on Raw and do his AJ stuff on Raw. And then you could draft over, like, I don't know, Sammy to SmackDown and stuff, and then you have like Shinsuke on SmackDown, and then Ty on Raw, and then a bunch of stuff to like replace the Ultimate Jobber, Sami Zayn. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with AJ. Really, I mean, you just can't let AJ lose this. I mean, I won't be completely mad, with Shane actually winning tonight. I won't be mad, but I won't be like infuriated that he wins tonight, like how I was when Chris beat AJ last year. It was like, it made no sense. It was AJ's first WrestleMania. Like, he had already beaten Chris. Like, you can't, why? Okay. My phone cut off. That was, yeah, ran out of storage space. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So I want Shane to win, but AJ just has to win. You know, we can't do the same thing we did with Jericho last year. So, yeah, so I'm going with AJ, and I believe Steven has to go. Yeah, he's going with AJ too. Next up, we have Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, WWE Championship should be the main event because they always call it the main event, but it's not gonna be the main event because WWE. So I'm going with Bray. Like I don't see Randy winning at all. I mean, it wouldn't really make any sense for Randy to win. So yeah, honestly, like that's just really simple for me. Like Bray is winning. I mean, if Shinsuke is gonna come up to SmackDown, definitely should feud with Bray. That would be an amazing feud. What does he believe though? What he went with? He's actually going with Randy beating Bray tonight, which is I don't really see how Randy winning would advance anything besides just Randy winning. But yeah, he's going with Randy winning. I'm going with Bray winning. Next up, we have the United States Championship match being contended between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, the challenger. Kevin Owens. I mean, it's like these two is just like, come on, you gotta give them the win. Like, come on. So yeah, I'm going with Kevin Owens for this because it just makes the most sense. Kevin Owens. I mean, come on. Like, you can't do the same thing 2 years in a row and just have Jericho win for no reason. What did he go with, however? He went with Kevin Owens winning as well. You see, most logical choice there. Next up, we have Seth Rollins taking on Triple H. Seth Rollins. Like the second half is kind of like the easiest thing. Like it's just like Triple H winning wouldn't do anything whatsoever. Maybe build up to like a rematch at SummerSlam, but it's like, why bother when you can just finish it here at WrestleMania? You know, like I think that makes the most sense. So Seth wins. I don't know what next, to be honest. Because like obviously the main match is Goldberg and Brock. So I think like Roman would take that spot in the main event. So I don't know what Seth would do. Besides like feud with Kevin for the United States Championship, which I guess would be a pretty neat feud. Or feud with AJ, actually. AJ's coming over to Raw, probably. Kind of, I guess. He's going over to Raw. Feud with Seth Rollins would be epic. So, yes, I'm going with Seth Rollins. Steven over here is going, I assume, with Seth Rollins as well. Yeah, he's going with Seth Rollins, too. So, yeah, next up, we have voice crack. We have the master of voice cracks, Brock Lesnar, taking on Goldberg for his Universal, and there's the United States Championship, Universal Championship. I generally don't know who will win. I really don't care who to win this match. I do feel like Brock needs the win here. Like, he's basically been squashed by Goldberg for like pretty much the entirety of their feud, even going back to WrestleMania 20. Like, even back then, like, he was just getting squashed by Goldberg. So it's like finally he gets the win over Goldberg. You know, I think it makes the most sense for that to actually happen. So I'm going with Brock, and maybe he can feud with, I generally don't know. I feel like maybe if Goldberg wins, he can go over to feud with Braun. But if Brock wins, he can just feud with Roman for the Universal Championship. Maybe at SummerSlam, because Brock's not working Payback. He's not losing at Payback. Come on. I think he's gonna go to SummerSlam, feud with Roman for the Universal Championship, and drops the title there to Roman, because I think that makes the most logical sense. Then Roman can feud with somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else. Who's... I think Ty and Shinsuke, so not many NXT guys coming up, so... Yeah, so I'm going with Brock on this. And finally, the main event of the evening, I believe, is Roman Reigns taking on The Undertaker. Now, this match, obviously putting it on a main event is possibly the smartest thing WWE has done ever, because you know, just people are gonna be just like dried out. after this match. It's like nobody's gonna care about anything anymore. Like the amount of hate. Like, you have to put this on the main event. You can't put this in the middle of the card and for every other match just be like just a dumpster fire. you gotta put this on the main event, and because Roman's winning. Like, I can't see Taker really winning this. I mean, maybe he can go on to feud with Finn. Like, that's really what I want. Like, the two matches that he should have is one against Finn and one against Sting. But he's like, Sting is already retired, and like Finn is injured now, and like I don't know how much longer Taker can go. So Taker has like, you could have so many good like matches with Taker at Mania. Like, obviously you have Roman this year, which is like, you know, a big name. Like, basically most Taker matches are really just for name value. Like, it's not, most of the time it's not exactly just because it's a good match. It's mainly because both names sound really cool and mashing them together would sound really cool. But yeah, so I'm going with Roman. Like, I can't see Taker winning. I want Taker to win. It's another case of I want something to happen, but I'm not going with it because, like, I'm not stupid. But even when I am stupid, like, they obviously go with what I want. So it's like, basically, I'm going with my instincts, going with the one that I don't want, and then if it goes the opposite, I'll obviously be happy. So, yeah. So I'm going with Roman winning. Like, yeah. I do, like, if Taker does retire, then that will be kind of sad, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So yeah, I'm going with Roman Reigns on that, and Steven is going with The Undertaker. Ooh, so he's going with Undertaker. I'm going with Roman. So yeah, but that's it for this video. That's it for predictions and Wrestlemania and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you a long time. I got 2 videos planned. I got a 2K18 roster concept, and I got a Destiny 2 wish list thing. So 2 big videos coming. Well, 2 big video / series. Also gotta do some more Injustice stuff. Injustice comes out in like a month. Jesus. So this is like under a month until Injustice comes out, so I gotta really like push out some of these videos. I only think like I can do 6, because that's really all I can really do, because most of these guys on the roster don't really have best costumes and stuff. But anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Nice long one for Mania. But yeah, troll on, baby.
They wanna talk, well, what they talking about? I see them running their mouth, but they ain't talking loud. I'm taking over the game, now let me show you how. I'm taking over the game, now let me show you how. Take a look in my eyes, got them shook when I rise. Got the game on lock, I came to the